Hello there, welcome back. Thanks for being here. So, in our last learning, we have performed a get call to get the list of issues present in a particular project in Jira. So, now let's also see another endpoint. I'm more interested in validating one particular record. So, let's go through the Jira documentation and see what other APIs they have and how to achieve that. So, I'm actually on the Jira developer console, like where they actually provide documentation for all of it. So in order to get an issue, so this is the path parameter that they are suggesting. So rest slash API slash 2. So basically this 2.3 is nothing but the revision or a version of their API documentation. So and issue, and if something is mentioned in curly braces, you have to understand that as a variable, so they are expecting us to put in some actual value over there. So and they're also suggesting like what is the type of method that you should perform on it. So they're suggesting it is a get call, and if you just come down, you can actually understand this request, like what are the path parameters required. They're telling it issue or a key which is very really required, and that is of string type. And they are also expecting, because you will basically do not have a body message, because as long as you are doing a get call, it is just about querying for something. You are asking something to be displayed from the database, so you are only interested in response. You need not provide any request. So please go through this particular link, guys. I have just shared this link in my previous videos. Just get here and understand each of the API, so you can create a issue, or you can create a bulk issues, you can delete an issue. So we'll also explore them. So now what we are really interested in is, I wanted to get a particular issue. So let's just copy this endpoint. So what I would do, I will create another feature file. So let me just copy paste this. So I'm just copying. I'll change this name to get specific record. Maybe issue would be more meaningful. So dot feature. So that's it, guys. So we have just created another feature file. So I think the content what was there in that particular feature file would be same, because I've just copied it. So let us do some tweaks. Okay, so feature, again, it is getting the Jira issues. And scenario, so let's add some meaningful name. So let me put in to get a particular issue record present in a project. So URL is very same, because the endpoint match changes, but the server host name or URL is same, and same header authorization is expected to do that call also. So since I've just copied that, I think I need to copy that again. So I came here, so just copy, Control C, and then let me replace this. So now the issue ID or a key, so I can pass any of these two things, guys. Like if you actually look into the response of my previous thing, so you have two things, like you have a key for each and specific record, and you have another field called ID. So ID we have already worked with. It is something as 10004 and 10005, something like that. So let's use the ID value to get a particular record. So 10004. So I wanted to get what are the values present for this particular bug. So it is again the get call. So whenever you are doing a get call, you are expected to see status code 200, and let us print the response. So I'm not interested in those two values, guys, because the total will not be there, because last time when we are actually working with another endpoint, we have got list of issues there, the parameter total was present, but this may not be true in this case. So if you really do not want something, and you wanted to comment out, so just give a hash, and that would do. So feature file, that line would be ignored, and I'm doing the same for this line too, so that those two lines are ignored. and we will see how to incorporate as we move forward. So let me run this file, guys. So if I just run this one as a Cucumber feature file, so it has started running and the test case got passed as well. Let's see response, like what response we have. So earlier we have got all 5 records, but now we should be getting only one record, so which is 10004. So this is where the response actually started printing, and we have got only one particular ID, 10004, and you just come down, like all the fields which are related to 10004 are present here. So it is very cumbersome to see the response like this because it is not a prettified one. So we cannot actually find the path for a particular element. So it is very difficult to put in assertions. So guys, my suggestion would be, like, if you wanted to just understand the JSON message, so let's use JSON online editor. So what I'm doing, so I'm copying all the response like what I have got here, and I'll be pasting that in the JSON online editor so that it gives me a clear structure of the message, like how to navigate to each node, and how to, what values are present inside each array, or if it is a nested JSON within the parent JSON, like what fields are present and how to get there. So all those details can be seen there. So you can actually put in JSON online editor. So what I'm doing, I'm just copying it here. So basically, guys, like in JSON online editor you have uh, two panes, two boards, like the editor that you're seeing on the left hand side. You can just post the JSON message that you have. The one that you have on the right side is basically is a updated one, so that basically gives the structure as a tree, and you can very well expand and you can understand how your JSON response looks like and what fields are present. So all you need to do is just copy it here and press on copy button here. So you should see all these things. So guys, like if you have seen this thing, so object is the most parent tag, and inside that you have expand, and ID is 10004. And as you come down, you have many nested JSONs within the parent JSON. So you have issue type, and where the name, whether it is a bug or a user story, and you have some description, and you have ID. So if you wanted to validate, like what is the ID of this record, or what is the description of this record, so just understand like how you should be traversing. So the parent, like the description is present in the issue type uh, JSON, nested small like child JSON, and the parent of issue type is actually fields. So response is the response object. So like if you wanted to traverse get to the name, so what you should be using, you should be using response dot fields dot and name, because the moment you just collapse these fields, everything has disappeared. So which means, so field is a parent of it. And now, so the moment when you collapse this issue type, the name field has disappeared. So which means issue type is a parent of name. So you should be using fields, and then you should be navigating to issue type, and then you should be coming to name to see what value present. So now what I would be doing, so let's also see some of the other things, what other things you can actually validate. And if you come down, you can see assignee or updated and all that. So same thing, guys, like this assignee is also one of the field that actually present in fields. Yeah. So now let's verify what is the name of it, whether it is, what is the issue type of it, whether it is a bug or something. So let's just write the JSON path for it. So I'm just going to the feature file again. I'm adding a step because all the steps that we have already edited as per our new endpoint requirement. So now in order to verify this thing, I'm just adding another step, add response dot. So what is the parent field that we have, so which is fields. So fields dot, and then you should be going to issue type, just copy paste so that you're not doing any mistake, and then you just put in name. So I'm asking my feature file, I'm asking Karate to print this value to see how the value appears. And let's also look into the another field so that we can see couple of changes at a time. So let's see, I wanted to verify what is the email address for this thing. So again the same thing, just write down the JSON path, and is basically like you can put in then as well, but and is something when you are concatenating multiple steps, like and is used mostly. So response dot fields dot email address. I'm so sorry. So before email address you have one more parent, which is assignee. Okay, so I'm asking Karate to print both of these. So let us run this file now. Just run as Cucumber feature file. So it has started running, and let's see what happens. Test case got passed, and let's see whether those values are printed for us or not. So we have seen that the values have not printed here. Something went wrong because we would have used some extra space or something. So let's just figure out, guys, like what happened here. So we have asked for Karate to print it. So let's see how this basically works. Let's check, guys, because we wanted to initially verify what is the name present for it. So we have accurately used whether it is a fields or not. Response dot, yeah, fields is the parent type, and then we have issue type here. Let me just make sure. And you have something called name. So name. Oh, sorry guys, we haven't used the keyword which is print. So sorry guys, it's my bad. So ideally we should be without. So print is one of the keyword that is coming from Karate. So without using the keyword print, it will not actually print. So let us run this file again. So run as Cucumber feature file, and it has got passed, and let's see what response we have. And you can see the type of issue is bug, and you can also see the email address is present, which is my email address. So that's it for this video, guys. So we'll see more assertion in the upcoming videos. So thank you so much. You have a great rest of today.